Hello you amazing human beings, how are you? I hope this finds you well. I have been meaning to do this for a week or two, I think, do a bit of an update. Just didn't get around to it. So I am I've hit the 40 word mark, 43,725 words of Project MJ. So I've hit the 40,000 word mark, which is amazing, and I would like to hit, I'm not sure what next, 45? Should we just go with 45? So a little bit of a catch up, shall we go with? I got my journal because I can't remember. It is Friday today. It's Friday the 10th of November and I am feeling better. I have been sick since Tuesday evening. So Tuesday was my husband's day off. So I think it was Tuesday was my husband's day off. My god, my brain. Yeah, Tuesday was my husband's day off, so I didn't get anything really done much on Tuesday. I had my co-writing session on the Tuesday evening. I got like 900 and something words written then, and then I went downstairs with my laptop to write a bit more and ended up writing like 1,000 and something. Oh, 2,101 words. So I did write quite a bit extra afterwards, which is great because that was session 17. So I am on session 19 now. I've done another bit of writing. I managed 661 words on Wednesday morning, but I just really wasn't feeling great because of the flare-up, and that's all I could manage. So yeah, I've not been good. The week before was really similar. I was struggling really badly with headaches and migraines all week, and then I felt fine on the Friday. I'd managed to write 1,000 and something words on that as well. When was that writing session? So words are still getting written, 31st. So yeah, I wrote 1,463 words on the 31st when we had the writing session. So I'm still getting words written. I think I did some writing before the session and then some writing in the session. I can't really remember. But I'm going into November now, like once I've hit that 40,000 word mark, like at the end of October, the start of November, I am like, well, I'm close to the end now. I literally have, let's see how many chapters I have left to write. Where is my project? Chapter 17, 18, 19, 20, and the conclusion. And then I might do a bonus one, but that might be like a free thing. So I think I had 6 when I made this decision. I think I had 6 chapters left. Yeah, I think I had like six chapters left, which is really good, and averaging about 2,000, just over 2,000 words for most of the other chapters. Chapter 16 was hard. Chapter 17, which I'm writing now, is really hard. I'm really struggling with these 2 chapters. I don't know if it's just because they've lined up with not being well, and so my brain's just not been fully on board, and so there's that, but also because the topics that I've picked about for these 2 chapters are kind of like chapter 16 is about perfectionism, and that is something that I struggle with a lot on a daily basis and stuff as well, and it's really difficult. So writing about it was good and bad. And then chapter 17, I'm talking about creativity, and I'm struggling with that because I'm a creative person, but it's taken me a really, really long time to figure out how I'm creative compared to other people and stuff, because for me, creativity at school, we're always taught creativity has been about art and drawing and painting and I was going to say using your hands, but when you write you still use your hands, but I wasn't really put in that aspect of that writing is creative as such. I always kind of was down that path of it was art and it was painting and it was, you know, making things with your hands, which is still, yeah. So that's something that I get really caught up in for a really long time, even though I studied English literature and English language at sixth form and university, and I did creative writing and all that good stuff, and I know writing is a creative pursuit and everything like that. I'm still like have those moments where I slip into creativity is about pretty things, or not so pretty things, but you know, like artwork and metal sculptures and pots and all those sorts of things that I was never really good at when I was at school. I was never really good, which is really not great. I've just realised my lamp is here, which is not what I've ever been good at. I've always been good with writing and words, and that is something that I've got from my dad, and my dad has a massive wrote his own poetry. He had a big poetry collection of poems that he wrote, and yeah, so I'm finding this one a bit challenging, writing about creativity, and I'm just squishy face and just can't, okay? I just can't. I'm struggling, but I know the chapter after that it gets easier. My plan has been to break it down because, like, I think I had 6 chapters when I made this goal, but this is the problem with not keeping on top of doing these videos and recording my writing diaries properly, because I've had a bit of a break just because I've been ill, and I pretty much worked out that I can get the first draft of Project MJ done by the end of November. Okay, that is my goal, is to get Project MJ done by the end of November, so I can revise and edit in December and January, and then go from there after the edit, because I'm really freaking out that I'm gonna be like, I need to rewrite the whole thing. Perfectionism, guys, perfectionism. And it's something even my husband's been like, you know, you just need to be careful because knowing you'll want to rewrite the whole thing. And I'm like, but I think it's also because this is the first time I've written a non-fiction book. I've previously tried writing fiction books, and it's a very different kettle of fish, because, or maybe it's not in a sense, because the more you actually write and the more that you write, you're developing your writing style, and the way I've been doing this book has definitely evolved as I've been writing it. So that's why I plan to have at least 2 additional, so this is my first draft, and I plan to have a second draft which, you know, could be a complete rewrite, I'm not completely sure, and then a third draft where I'm hoping it's just going to be tweaking things to make sure that it all flows really well. So that has always been my goal, is like 3 drafts. Yeah, that's my goal, and that's what I'm hoping for, really. But I realised, yeah, that it works out that I can, I'm saying all this, but, and then I realised I've forgotten to share this. I worked out that I can, let me just fold this up. So I went to Sainsbury's, I was in Sainsbury's the other month, and I saw these big massive post-it notes, and they weren't very expensive, and I was just like, yes please. So I got them, and then I've just sort of like done a month at a glance kind of thing, and one of the projects that I've broken down is my book, and yeah, so I have technically only cut it into 3 weeks, my book, because I didn't include the very first few days of November, which was like the end of October. So it was like October ended on the Tuesday, and obviously Wednesday was the 1st of November, so I didn't include that week. So I've literally got that this week I need to finish chapter 17 and chapter 18, which doing. See, this is the problem, right? And I've talked about this before, is I'm using Reedsy to write in as my editor. just because I liked the way that originally I could reshuffle the chapters and it gave me a manuscript goal, and I could see how many words I was writing and removing and how many words were in each chapter, and I just felt that it was easier than doing it in Google Docs or on Apple Pages, because they don't show you those sorts of things. It would just be like a whole big word count, and I wanted to see like how many words each chapter was turning into and stuff like that. So I really think I've mentioned this several times before, so if I'm repeating myself, I do apologise. But on Reedsy, my introduction got classed as the first chapter. So chapter 1 on Reedsy is classed as chapter 2, and I forgot this, I think, when I wrote down this, okay, this, because I've written 17 and 18, 19, 20, 21 and conclusion, because yeah, chapter 21 should be chapter 20 and conclusion should be just conclusion, because it's all right in my Notion outline that I have. So there's me saying chapter 17 and 18, and actually I mean 16 and 17. I finished chapter 16 on, that's why I did extra words, on Tuesday, because that meant that I finished chapter 16, and I've started on the Wednesday, I started chapter 17. So I'm confusing myself, never mind you guys. So yeah, my goal is to finish chapter 17 this week, so I can do 2 chapters a week, and then I can get that done for the end of this month, so I can go into December with my first full draft. So I'm so close. I think it's going to be about 52,000 to 54,000 words. It's definitely not going to hit the 64,000 mark now, which I'm really pleased about, because that meant that made me feel like I was going to have to do a whole rewrite of everything. So shall I show you some things so you can see things? So we still have sweets left over from Halloween, and I like the chewy sweets, and I was hoping to use the refreshers to get some trapped gas out of my stomach, which did help a little bit, along with the lemon and ginger tea. So I have these awesome books, 365 Ways to a Fearless Life, Everyday Confidence, and this one is 365 Ways to a Centered Life, Everyday Mindfulness. Although this is mindfulness, this often feels like it's more about minimalism and decluttering. So yeah, and today is the 10th. So from the mindfulness book, you are the sky, everything else is just the weather. And from the confidence book, practice makes perfect. If your lack of confidence in a certain skill is holding you back, then practice it. Don't give in to the temptation to avoid situations where you have to use this skill. Embrace them. The more you do it, the better at it you'll become, so your confidence and courage will grow. And I just like, when I'm in my office, being able to see what the day's quote is to perk me up a bit and make me feel a bit awesome. Tomorrow's is really cool too. If you correct your mind, the rest of your life will fall into place. And the confidence book is, don't get discouraged. It is often the last key in the bunch that opens the lock. I really like that one as well. So tomorrow's are really good too. So I've been doing so much stuff at the moment recently. This is my desk now. I got a lamp from Ikea because I really needed it in an evening when because it's getting dark like at 3 and 4 o'clock now, and in the co-writing sessions we're doing and 3:30 until 5, and I've just clipped it to my windowsill because I couldn't get it on my desk because it's such a deep, well, it's deeper than this at the back. It's like this at the back, so I couldn't clamp it onto there. And it's a really good lamp. It was like only £13, not including the light bulb. I'm eventually going to replace it with a hue light bulb next year, probably a coloured one, just for a bit of fun for me. And yeah, so this is my word counts and my chapters and everything at the moment, and all the sessions that I've done. I'm so close to 20 sessions on this book already. And like I said, I've got my thing over there, excuse the mess, that is my office, and journal, post-it note things, books. That is what I want to reread soon. It's such a good book. If you haven't read it and you like slow burn romance, do read it. And this, just making space. So I also tried to break down my weekly plan a little bit. That Tuesdays are writing days, and the plan is to write at least 1,000 to 5,000 words for the book. And what I've done is I've broken my week down into 4 days. So I broke my week down into 4 days because 2 days a week are my husband's day off, and I spend them with my husband. That gives me 1 additional day. So technically, you know, it would be a 5-day week. However, I gave myself that day either for wiggle room or for being ill. I'm just gonna say it like it is. I gave myself the sick day, or I gave myself a wiggle room day. And for that, I mean, so I've written Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on my little plan list that I have here, just because it just made the most sense to do Monday to Thursday. And so what I do is, apart from Thursday is non-adjustable day. All my other days at the moment are adjustable. So if my husband has a Tuesday or a Wednesday off, depending when the co-writing call is that I do with Amy, I can shift stuff around so I can spend time with my husband. So because my husband works retail, so his days off are never the same. And so that means, say for example, on Tuesday, if my husband wasn't home, I would have written previously to the co-writing call and then continued writing at the end of the co-writing call. But my husband was home and we had to do stuff, and so I just did writing during the call, and then he was gaming after tea, so that's when I did some more writing. And yeah, just I find flexibility in my schedule really works really well. And so I have a content day, a writing day, a creation day, and then a client day. So that is currently what is working for me at the moment, and that gives me 3 days to, you know, have wiggle room and rearrange things and see how things work out. So yes, that's what's going on at the moment. So I am determined this month to get this finished, the first draft finished, and figure out the next steps on this self-publishing non-fiction writing journey. I really need to get back into this, and I need to think about what I can eat. It's probably going to be crackers for like the 3rd day in a row because it's safe on my tummy. And I'm struggling with this chapter. Once I get through this chapter, I think it'll feel a bit better. I have a co-writing call next Wednesday, which also happens to be my husband's day off, so it's going to be a bit of the same of this week, where I've probably got to make up extra time, but it's not making up extra time anymore, is it? I'm having to write an additional chapter a week, whereas before I was writing maybe like 1 chapter a week. Now I'm determined to write 2 chapters a week and try and hit, like, it's coming out at maybe like 5,000 words a week in 2 sessions, because I can't get into that write 500 words in a go. Like, it just doesn't work for me. I've also had an idea for my next book. Haven't even finished this one yet, but I've had an idea for my next book. What are we calling it? project I apologise for my little cackle. My husband says I'm really cackling a lot more now I'm older. And that it's only 8 chapters, not including the introduction and the conclusion, and I think I'm either going to start that in December or next year, but my goal for that is to do it in 3 sessions, challenging myself a bit, because it's just going to be short. I'm aiming for 10 to 13,000 words for that, and I really want to get that done for project and I'm excited for that one as well. So yes, I've still got project PU to finish, which according to my plan should have been finished. Wrong plan. Should have, oh, is scheduled to be finished this month. So it's scheduled to be finished this month, and I, as of yet, have not properly scheduled anything in for 24. I've just put project, general project, and I've got, yeah, things are coming together slowly but surely, so I have to crack on with those 2 as well. So I need to make some time for project PU, because that is just going to be so simple. I'm like, where am I with project PU? I need to do a goals video as well, because I've updated my Notion templates and stuff, and I feel like my goals are more fun for me now, and I have got up to chapter 115 in project PU, so I've got 250 chapters to go for project PU. I'm not doing it based on word length or anything like that, kind of a bit like these, I suppose, in a sense, but it's not quotes, they're more like, you know, the pause for breath sort of, here we go, more like the practice makes perfect kind of thing, really, I guess, in a way. And I need to get back into doing that, so I need to make some time to fit that in as well. I could probably get it done in 2 sessions as well. I've not written anything for that since September, and I'm still figuring out what the F I'm doing with the rest of my business and stuff, which is giving me a bit of a headache. I need to plan a clarity session one day, so I will maybe jump back in later this afternoon to let you know how many words I've written, and if I finish this chapter today, fingers crossed for me, and we'll see how it goes. It's 23 minutes past 1, so yeah, I might just eat crackers at my desk. I think I need a hot water bottle. My hands are quite cold right now, so okay, wish me luck, and I'll see you soon. I'm an idiot. The reason I'm so cold is because dun, 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 the bedroom window is open, and I left the bedroom door open to get rid of all the condensation around the window. I left the window open, and I totally forgot I have a heater in my office, and I could have turned the goddamn heater on. Oh, so annoying. Live and learn though, live and learn. Seriously. I hope you can hear me over the top of the heater. Do you know what? I'm just going to turn it off. Okay, so it is 22 minutes past 2 and I finished chapter 13, so that can get ticked off my list. So I have reached those targets this week, which I'm really happy about. And I don't love this chapter. I don't even really feel like I like this chapter, but it's done. 1,788 words. So it's done. Ticked off. Finito. Definitely something that I'm going to need to correct in the next round of edit. Part of me is kind of like, I could spend another hour, I could spend another 2 hours playing around with it, but we have done is better than perfect. It's just the first draft. The words are out there, they can get switched and changed around, and it can get, you know, tweaked later on. The words are there, so let's just leave it, okay, and move on. Sometimes this is the part where I'd be like, I would normally be like, let's move on to the next chapter. I'm so far behind on stuff this week because I've just been so unwell that I'm kind of like, I can't spend any more time on the book today. I might be able to on Sunday. Husband's day off tomorrow. We've got loads of errands, life stuff to do. We have to do a bit of a essentials food shop tomorrow, you know, bread, milk, margarine, that sort of thing. I need to get some kettle descaler, some fun life things to do tomorrow. I bleached my bathroom this morning because I can't stand being in there after I've been ill without bleaching the entire bathroom, so the bathroom has been bleached. So many unfinished pages, well, not unfinished, but it's a brand new journal and I'm not loving it. I bought it for myself. Maybe that's the thing, I shouldn't buy journals for myself because I don't mind the colour, which is, I'm not really a pink girl, but I don't mind the colour, but I'm just, it's an Agenzo by Paper Chase. I'm just not loving the paper. It's actually quite thick paper, but wait, when I write in it, I love these Pilot G-Tech C4 pens because I have quite small handwriting and they don't make it feel like it's too bad. So I have wrote out a list this morning of everything that I still had to do that was working on my business and not clienty stuff and stuff. What was I thinking when I wrote that list? Clearly not a lot. So I've got tons of stuff still to do. So I'm going to take my laptop and my journal and my books. I'm going to have a little stack downstairs. I put my electric blanket on, the heater's downstairs is on, and the washing is nearly finished. I've washed the towels. So I can put the radiators on to warm those up as well. I need to take a ruler. I'm taking my little well, they're not really little, are they? My post-its, and I need a highlighter. So there's my little stack, not including my phone because I'm recording on it. And I'm going downstairs to curl up under my electric blanket and either put some YouTube on or some Kardashians and do some planning and get some stuff done. So thank you so much for watching this video. We've hit 40,000 words and I've been so unwell. I haven't celebrated the 40,000 words like I celebrated the 30,000 words. Even just the, you know, self congratulations and pat on my back. My husband gave me a cuddle for hitting 40,000 words, and my co-writing partner Amy gave me a, you know, well done thumbs up thing for it, but I'm just not feeling it. So I have hit the 5,000 words. The next track is 45 and I am working on getting this done, so it hopefully can come out next year. Just look, I'm so close to 45,000. I'm like gonna add some more words, but I'm not going to. So next session I will surpass the 45,000 word mark. How amazing is that? Woo! Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!